Welcome to Only Frames, it's the home of below average pool, and today our matchup sees Chris versus Tom. It's the gold knockout, and this is the first of our semi-finals. It's first to 5, it's black ball rules, no special rules in this competition because I know you fans do not like it when we change it up. God forbid we try and speed up some games, because normally they take about 50 minutes just to play a couple of frames. But no, today we have two decent players at a table. I say decent players. You've seen how we do this. And Tom is at a table. He's looking like he's going for the red up here into top corner. It's nowhere near, so we get to see the best player we've got. It's Chris at the table. He's opting for a cut into the middle pocket. Oh, he's going to try and play it off that red, but it hasn't worked out in his favour. So far, this has not been the quality pool that I may or may not have promised you at the start of this video. So let's carry on, see how we go with Tom back at the table. Surely it's going to be rubbish. Correct! Nothing comes of that shot. It is pathetic. This has been a minute and a half of absolute dribble at the table. This is the semi-final competition. How did these boys make it this far? Oh my word. Oh god, I've got 20 minutes of footage to commentate over, and so far we've done 2 minutes and not a single ball has been dropped. Tom looking at the cameraman like he is a disgrace, because he is a disgrace. You should be potting the balls. You're Div 1 players. Brad would do better. I am Brad. Lou would do better. Craig would do better. So far, I'm not going to swear, but I nearly did then. And there's a ball down! Playing it off a yellow into the middle pocket, making that yellow that he came off of safe. So, not ideal, although he can play it down later as a plant into the bottom pocket. Let's see if he does anything like that, because first of all, he has to pot a ball, and he can't do it! Ah! I would like to apologise for that outburst. The issue being that I'm commentating a game of two players that are meant to be good at the sport that we have based our channel around. We are the home of below average pools, so come on, you expect it. But if this is Div 1, some of the top players we have in our league, then there's no hope for the rest of us. Because this is awful. What are you guys tuning in for? And Tom trying to play something tricky there, but once again it has amounted to absolutely nothing. And Chris looking like he's going to take this yellow into the bottom corner. Lovely weighted. Playing a snooker actually. It's not quite done well because Tom can see this red. And he's going to double it. And it may actually go in. We've seen the first. Well done, Thomas. Take a bow. Take a bow. That was mediocre. Brilliant. Right. He's playing a long ball now, so let's just say Chris back at the table. Oh my word! It's 2 in a row! It's 2 in a row with absolutely no options for the third ball. But miracles can happen. They do happen. Not like that, but it could have happened, so I might as well have said something. And now finally Chris back at the table. Golden opportunity because there are balls waiting to be dropped all over this table. Surely we see the frame finished here with 1-0 to Chris. I'm saying it early because surely even I could work out a pattern from this. And he's going to take this first one, sorry. I'm yawning. Oh, God, you would be too if you had to talk over the first frame of this match so far. And I do apologise, it's not very professional of me, but what do you expect? This is only frames. Right, Chris is going to take a plant down the bottom of the table there. That was nicely done, freeing up the awkward ball to use to pot that down. And now he has 4 balls at a table, all with pockets that are easily claimed. So whether or not his positional play is up to scratch, let's find out. That goes down nicely. Perfect position. It's dead straight for this one. Could do anything really here. Wrap it back a little bit. Yeah, bring it down the table. He's going to opt for the furthest away from himself there. Bounce back up. Nicely done. Play this one in. You want to come back up the table to give himself the opposite pocket there. Yeah, nicely done as he plays behind the black into the bottom right pocket. And that is frame one, as I called earlier. That was a gimme, really, after the positions those balls were in. And Tom back at the table. Can he redeem himself after... Oh, God. Lubo! It's £176 in the pot for our charity of choice. Angels for Dogs, and not dogs as in Lou the dog. We are not putting money into his pocket. This is the dogs, the canine variety. Angels for Dogs is a local charity to us in the southeast Kent, and it is a rescue for dogs that are in need. Lou is also a dog in need as he reaches, I think, probably by the time this video comes out, day 480 of Rota Dish. And if you've been following the drama, Brad, that is me, did it in 24 days. Chris did it in 6, meaning that their aggregate score is 30 attempts. We have, 3 more players, Tom, Scott and Joe, that all need to try and do it. And combined, our total is trying to be less than Lou. They've got, between the 3 of them, 100 days, probably by the time Lou gets to the table. 100 days or so to make up 3 dishes. That is surely going to happen. They're better players than I am, so you're expecting them to do it in maybe 10 days apiece. Quite easy. And I think the forfeit was Lou owes us like 100 quid each. Let's say 100 quid each. And speaking of dishes, I believe we are watching Chris do a reverse dish. I've been speaking absolute rubbish this whole time. And at the table, Chris has been putting on an absolute masterclass for us. And oh, God, that was close. It is a dish. It's 2-0. And Tom is looking like he is going out early of this semi-final. With Chris back at the table with a break. I will say, Tom gave it all the big un in the run-up to this. I know I always pick on Tom about his hair dye and just his shortness and all those other things. But in all seriousness, Tom did say multiple times how he was going to win the gold knockout. Lubo! We called him out for cheating, trying to get himself in the silver, and he turned his act around and actually did qualify for the gold knockout. And the whole time he's been talking, giving it the big one in all the group chats to our faces about how he's going to walk away with a pocket full of cash, how good he is at the table. And then he comes in and he's 2-0 down, and I think he's potted 1 ball. 2 balls now with that one there, that additional. And he's at a table. He doesn't look like a man on form. He doesn't look like a man that's going to walk away with any cash. 3 balls down, though. That's not too bad. Can he put another one down? It had the legs, just about. Now, I would like the editor to place in some sound bites of Tom giving it the big un about how he is going to win this gold knockout, because when he inevitably crashes and burns, it will be very, very funny for all of you to hear just how much of a big... I mean, you can see how big-headed he is anyway. Look at the absolute size of that bonds, taking up 1/3 of the camera as he lines up this shot into the top right eventually. Is he going to put it down? You know what? This isn't a bad performance, actually. I've been slating him, but this is nice. Does he put this one down into the bottom left? He's straight on for the black. No! What a wally! He would have been dead on for the black as well. It would have been a lovely dish, reverse dish for himself, biting his cue in the background there. Not a happy bunny. And now Chris has got some work to do as he plays himself, touching the red in the middle of the table there. Not the best of opportunity to play from. He can get a cut, but where does that cue ball go? Ooh, it's a tough one. Is he going for the double? He's going for the triple. He's going for a quadruple. He's going for not the pocket by the looks of it. And now we see Tom with a straight roll into the middle pocket. But where is he going to leave the cue ball for a position to pot onto the black? And that is dreadful. What a silly boy. He's absolutely smashed it at the cursed bags in the middle pockets of these tables, and he's checking his cue there. No wrong with that. It's just yourself, Thomas. You never play with full pace into these middle pockets because they are so unforgiving. That's a lovely pot there. Lovely cueing from Chris as he leaves himself a straight down the rail. And again, this opportunity looks like it is a frame finisher as he plays this one down into the bottom left here. Following down, or is he going to take into the middle? Is he going to try another rail shot? It'd be sensible to take the one into the middle, come around the back of that black against the rail and play across the bottom of the table. Exactly that. He's missed the middle pocket though. That is unfortunate. And Tom back at the table with a real opportunity now. A redemption from the absolute atrocity we saw a minute ago. And he plays this long up the table. Eventually, here it goes. Not much pace on it. That ball is not going to end up anywhere near the red when nowhere close to being potted, and the cue ball would have been in a horrific place either way. So I don't really know what he was trying to attempt there, but it surely wasn't a pot. And now Chris taking this into the middle pocket, weighted terribly as he leaves himself snookered. There's going to be some miracle to pull off a shot here. He can see the top edge of the ball. Oh, he could actually see the full face of the ball. I didn't realise from that angle. And it has amounted to nothing. Once again, I feel like I keep saying that. And now Thomas back with a long pot. My God, what is wrong with him today? That was cued awfully. Not even close to being what he wanted. And now, once again, Chris with a golden opportunity. All he has to do is play this off the top cushion, back down behind that black. He has done that. Mr. Lubel, off the jaw. He is apologising because he knows that should have gone down. That should have been another pound to those poor dogs. And it's 3-0 to Chris. And we see Tom breaking here. Normally a break is a good sign when we get to show one. It either means a Lubel is happening, which it hasn't here, or we might be seeing a dish or very close to. So normally we just cut out all of the rubbish, like I say. So are we going to see anything decent? Unorthodox, the method there to absolute cannon that red out of the way. I think he was trying to break up the pack in the middle and only ended hitting a solitary red flying up the table. And now he is going to try the cut into the bottom of the table here. Oh, it's not quite as close as he wanted. He did manage to get a cannon, which would have been handier earlier. And now Chris at the table. Not a great opportunity here, but he is going to try and take the double by the looks of it. Oh, it wasn't a bad effort. And now Tom back at the table again with quite a nice opportunity actually. There is an awkward ball in the middle of the table there, but if he plays through here, he can get behind it just enough. No, he's going to leave himself snookered on it. He still has options, but that is unfortunate. If he had just nudged the other red, he would have had an easy clear, really. But now he is going to take this one into the bottom right pocket. Going to leave himself on the cushion, I believe, for the next ball down into the same pocket. It is the option, Thomas, and then you can do something with that awkward ball in the middle of the table later. Leave himself on the cushion. No, he's not. He's going to bounce up a bit further. A bit harder than I think he should have played that. But I'm no expert. In fact, I'm far from it. I shouldn't be doing analysis at any point. And that has just about dropped. Nice position, Tom. That is well done. Although, where do you go from here to take the last yellow that is stuck once again in the middle of the table? There is probably 2 or 3 pockets. It can go down all on the side of the table that Tom is standing at right now. And I said I was tired earlier. You know, the editor really could have done us a favour here and sped this up or cut it out completely, because if I'm quite honest, this is... oh, exhilarating stuff as Tom takes this ball into the bottom there. He has left himself some sort of angle for whatever he was looking at for, what was it, 8 minutes? As he takes this yellow. God, you've already done this. You've done like just had 8 minutes of looking at this yellow ball. Why are you still checking it? What was that? What even was that? Hallelujah! Chris is at the table, so we are going to see something happen. Unlike Thomas, who just put us all to sleep, some of you have actually unsubscribed. Editor, if you could just put a run-in total of subscribers we have on the YouTube there and have it ticking down, that would really sell my point. Thank you very much in advance. And Chris back here taking one into the middle bag. He has left himself right position. Is he going to go for it? It really is the only option there. He's going to take it, and I think he's going to screw his way back up the table. No, just playing a stun and leaving himself a nice straight ball. Get behind that black into... Well, he's got a choice actually. If he leaves it a little bit short, he's not. He's going to play through and take it into the middle pocket. He's played a bit far actually. Not the easiest of shots. I mean, it is an easy shot, but not the easiest it could have been, and that has dropped, and it is 4-0. Nearly a complete whitewash as Chris comes back for a break. We get to see the whole break again, so we may see some action at the table. That was nearly a loo ball, but he has got away with that there, and we see a really nice spread. Almost a nicer spread as all of our content across all of the socials, which you can follow. They are Only Frames, we are Only Frames across the board. You can find us on YouTube where you're watching this video, obviously. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, and we have a new Facebook page as well. So if you're on Facebook, I know your nan's probably on Facebook, get them to follow. We love it. Put a comment in as well. Even join in when we say vote for the best shot of the month. We love it all. Interaction is golden for us. We really enjoy your opinions. We even like the abuse, as long as it's not too harsh, because Lou, bless him, has been crying himself to sleep at night. And I'm going to get told off for putting my plug about the socials in too late in this video. But you know what? I don't care, because I've had to watch this rubbish. So it is Chris at the table. It's looking like an absolute beauty of a dish as he puts down the third to last ball, second to last ball here now. This is a given into the top right bag, and that drops nicely. Position is just about got actually. That was very nicely played with enough legs on it, and that is a beautiful pot. And he has left himself a very tricky black. How's he going to play it? Is he going to go for the... Oh, I don't even think the double works into the middle pocket. It is a really tricky ball to play, and only Chris knows what he's going to do with it, and I don't even think he's thought that far ahead either. So let's find out. He's going to play off the cushion first, behind the ball, into the middle pocket. It's not even close, but it was a valiant effort. Well done, and now Tom back at the table. Can he claw one back? In good news for Tom, if he puts this down, he will not be getting 7-balled, which means he can keep his pants on and not have to run around the table with them on his head, as is the forfeit for getting 7-balled. And he puts down 1 of the 7. 6 remaining, 5 remaining, and he's left himself a nice straight pot. This is positional mastery from someone who earlier on today looked like he didn't know how to play the game. And this isn't too bad. He has left himself a longer pot than he would have wished for. Maybe a little bit aside on that one would have brought him further down the table to take the red that is up that end. But that is foresight. Foresight is a wonderful thing if you have it. And he is going to try to plant. He hasn't done it, but he has managed to fluke his way into another position here for the middle bag. That is all right. Well done. Rolled it up far too far. He has now completely lost control of the cue ball. It is not playing like it was as he came to the table originally here, and now he's going to play a double. Is he going to fluke it like he did the plant at the other end of the table? He is not. It's not even close, and he has left Chris a black. This isn't the easiest of blacks. Oh God, I do apologise there. I just nearly saw my breakfast again. That is the effects of having to watch awful pool very early in the morning. And we see Chris here taking the cut into the top. Oh, he's wrestled it. We have not seen the end of this match yet. And Tom could make a comeback. I doubt it. There's less than a minute left of the video. So do not expect it. And he's going to take this one into the middle pocket. He's not going to take this one into the middle pocket. And that is going to be game as Chris steps up to the table for the last time. Surely, I can't see this going wrong. And he's going to tap it in. This is 5-0. This is a whitewash. This is Chris through to the finals of the Gold Knockout. And this has been Only Frames. Thank you for watching.